Have you ever had that perfect day turn into your worst day? Or perhaps you got the flu shot and the next day you got violently sick? Well, welcome to Tire Safety. I'm Melissa Manny Boosin. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to keep your tire safe before getting out on the road and in the event that you get a flat tire, what to do. So first, the main key points in tire precautionary measures are tire pressure, tread wear, and making sure you get your tires rotated to balance. Okay, welcome back. So you've done all the tire safety precautions that you can, and unfortunately you got a flat tire. So most of us have AAA and or we call someone to come out and fix our flat. However, it's very important that you know how to change your tire. In the event you're out of nowhere, your tire gets flat and you don't have a cell phone service and there's no one to call. So what you need to do is you need to know where your spare tire is. And for most of us, well, it's in the trunk or under the car. So accessing your spare tire is the key component here. Knowing where it's at and to make sure that it has air, because who wants to replace a flat with a flat? So what we're gonna do is take a peek at the spare tire underneath a little section in the trunk, and it has all your tools and everything that you need. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this out. So to access your spare tire, usually there is a bolster that ties it in and keeps the spare tire secure. So you would unscrew that, and from here, remove your caps for your lug nuts, put them aside. Make sure you keep everything in a section where you're not going to lose them. These are the breaker bars because I get my tires done at the dealership and they have an air torque gun, and so usually the bolts are on there pretty tight, so it took me a little bit to get those off of there. So now we're going to remove the lug nuts. And to do this, you usually do it in a star pattern. So you want to, this one was my lock key. And, okay, so now we are going to jack the car up. The key thing here is find a level surface. Make sure you have your hazard lights on if for some reason you're on the road. Put your parking brake on. If you have a manual, put it in first or reverse. Turn the car off, obviously. And there is a part in your manual that will say where to put the jack. Usually there's a dot, or there's underneath the frame, there's a section that you would lift your car up. Those are your safe points. Those are the approved areas that your car can be safely lifted in the air. And I've already set my block underneath the front passenger side tire. So the car is in, emergency brake is on. What you want to do is you want to get the car jacked up enough to where it has clearance to replace the tire with your spare tire. Flat tire, spare tire. So that looks like it's good. I'm gonna go ahead and take my jack thing out so the car doesn't roll. And go ahead and remove all of the bolts. Okay, so you got all the bolts off, and so now your tire's flat, you got your spare tire, and you switch it out. Take the flat tire off, put the spare tire back on, and then you re-bolt everything same way you did it, basically taken off in reverse. You're going to want to lower your car back down, just to be precautious that nobody is around the car and that you didn't accidentally leave anything under the car. And then you just pretty much lower the vehicle. And basically put your vehicles, torquing these back on to the vehicle, nice and snug. Remember the lock key. So that's basically what you would need to do to replace a flat tire. And in a bit, I'll come back and show you how to use the manual jack. All right. So this is the manual jack, and I'm going to show you real quickly how to use a manual jack. So basically what these are made specifically for your vehicle, and you want to put them, there's a little slot right here. You want to put them underneath your vehicle's frame. And like I showed you here, my car has a little dot, so I know that's where my jack's going to go. You can look at your manual to see whether or not you have a dot, but it will say where your safety spots are for jacking their vehicle up. So what you want to do is you want to get that underneath there, and you want to make sure that the frame is in that slot so you can fill it with your other hand. And once you get that in there, you're going to be able to turn that and then put your little spinner on there and spin the vehicle up. And you don't have to have a lot of muscle to do this, or work out, or any of that jazz. It's pretty simple to get the car up. The jack does all the work for you. So you want to get that up again until the vehicle's tire, your flat tire, is up in the air enough to where you can remove that safely. And then you want to basically just go in reverse and do everything else to move the vehicle down back onto the level surface. And so once you do that, tools away and you've changed a flat tire. That's about it for tire safety and how to replace a flat tire. So thanks for watching, and hope you've learned something from this.